Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about lean leadership, a topic very close to my heart. I'm Reima Ollila and I'm thrilled to kick off this journey with you. Today we are diving into the basics of lean thinking and how you can become an awesome lean leader and make a difference in your organization. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 practical tips to develop your leadership practices to support lean transformation in your workplace. So let's get started. In case you're new to lean thinking, let's cover the very basics of lean first. In short, lean is thinking and behavior that puts the customer first. How does that happen? Well, first off, you define value that you are producing and selling to your customer. Then you start doing everything you can to make that value flow. You look at the processes and evaluate what steps in the process add value and what don't. You go and ask, what can I do to eliminate as many of these non-value added steps as possible? In lean thinking, everything that blocks or slows down the value from flowing to the customer is called waste. Waste can be found everywhere. The trick here is how to create a culture and ability in your entire organization to see and eliminate waste day after day in a continuous improvement fashion. This is where your role as a leader will be crucial. Once you and your team succeed in creating and sustaining a continuous improvement culture, you will notice how value will now flow to customers like never before. And meanwhile, your people will feel more valued because they get to improve their own work. Their work gets easier and safer, and their lives get better. All this results in happy customers, happy co-workers, and a super fun place to work. Now, what kind of things do we consider as waste? Is an idle person a waste? No. See, in lean thinking, we always choose flow efficiency first, resource efficiency second. Remember, first we define what customer value is. That is what the customer is willing to pay for in our business. Then we aim to create a process where that value is continuously created and where it flows uninterrupted all the way to the customer. We don't care if a person or a machine is idle from time to time along the way. No. What we do care about is continuously making the product or service more finished, more valuable to the customer as quickly as and with as high quality as possible. We do everything to eliminate any waiting time or non-value added activity from the path of the product or service. This brings us to the types of waste we are interested in lean thinking. If we aren't worried about keeping everybody busy nonstop making products, then what are we concerned about? What we're after are the so-called 8 wastes of lean. The first waste is overproduction. It means that you make too much product or you make it too early with no immediate customer demand. Or you have your supplier make stuff for you for too early or in too large quantities. Overproduction is a real bummer because it's often responsible for causing other types of waste. Wastes number 2 to 7 are transportation, inventory, defects, overprocessing, unnecessary motion, and waiting. We'll cover these in more detail in future episodes, so I recommend that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Last but not least comes waste number 8, wasted employee potential. In my opinion, this is what a lean leader should be most worried about. Your team members deserve more. So it is your job to create circumstances where everybody can learn to see waste, has time to eliminate it, gets recognized for doing so, and enjoys the process. Okay, now you might ask, Reima, I got it. This sounds all good and fine, but where do I start? I would say start from yourself. If you call yourself a leader, you have to be there for your team members so they can follow you. Your first thing to do is to move your desk to the middle of your team's main work area. Spend time with your people. Be interested in how they are doing, what they are working on, what's coming up next. Tell them about your day and how you are doing. It's about building trust. With personal trust, whatever changes you are about to introduce to the process, you'll find them much easier to implement. The second thing you should do is set up a daily stand-up meeting. This is something I'm going to talk about a lot more in upcoming videos. But in short, in this quick meeting, you should briefly cover your key performance indicators, critical to safety and performance towards your customers. You may want to mention the biggest successes in terms of new sales or the most recent process improvements that your team has made. Finally, and this is important, teach lean in your stand-up meeting. Just very briefly, teach what the 8 wastes are, give examples, and have team members explain them to each other in their own words. I can't stress this enough. This is crucial because each and every one in your organization has to be able to identify waste. Repeat this every single day in some form. The third thing you have to do is to reserve enough time for continuous improvement. It won't help much if your team is able to make a hefty list of improvement objectives, but no one has time to do anything about these. So you could, for instance, book a 30-minute slot either before or after the stand-up meeting. In my experience, it doesn't really matter when you have this, as long as it happens daily and you are personally there with your team members. By the way, do you happen to think that you can't afford to have people to clean stuff and fine-tune some container markings or whatever 30 minutes a day? Well, I can tell you, if everybody's able to shave 1 second off any repetitive task every single day, thanks to seemingly small improvements, and that task is repeated 50 times a day, and all those 1 second improvements compound, the time invested will pay back in just a few months. And most importantly, people will feel good because they are making an impact. And also, safety will improve, quality will improve, important things. These 3 little changes in your leadership are simple, aren't they? They should be, because remember, the most simple things are the most effective ones. Before we wrap up, let me know in the comments, what's the biggest waste you have noticed in your workplace? I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe feature some in our upcoming episodes. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more lean leadership tips. Thanks for watching, and remember, a lean leader is always learning and improving. So see you in the next episode.